Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Ladies and gentlemen, your boy is back in the building once again. It is your man, Jelani JB Bodie, and this is the Wait a Minute Show, sports show. Had to put that on the end, let you know what it's about. We just don't start there though. We don't do just sports though, but we mainly do sports, right? So again, I do this every time. Get used to it. Like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Holla at your boy and go out there and share the show with anybody else that likes good content, right? So it's me, and in the background, once again, none other than the big Mo. Mo is in the building. What up, Mo?
What's up, JB? I ain't slept in 4 days, man.
Oh,
Do I look it?
hey,
Do I look like I need some rest?
Tad bit, but I mean, you
Okay,
bound to
all
fall asleep at some point. Just not right now. All right, you give me a little bit of time, and
Okay.
then after that, hey, whatever you need, you can do it. How you feeling though?
I feel good, man. I feel good. I celebrated with the family. We celebrated Grandma's 100th birthday, man. It's a milestone. It's a milestone, man. That's incredible. That's incredible. 200 people filled the room, man. Let you know how many lives she impacted. So that was dope.
Yeah, I turn 100. It's just gonna be me because forget
I
this
don't even
dude.
know if I want to see 100. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's that. Hey, I don't know. Yeah, some people feel a certain type of way about that 100.
Yeah,
but
I hit 100. As long as I feel like I'm 55, then I'm good.
there you
At
go.
100. If not, then
So,
y'all go ahead and send me out of here.
we're gonna try not to take Mo off today. We got division talk. We got Caitlin Clark talk. I told you last week we were gonna talk about Team USA, and I had to do it. I got a Big L award that I'm gonna be handing out a little bit later on, so you don't want to miss it. But let's go ahead and get into the division talk. We are almost there. We are almost to the end, but let's get to it. The NFC South, right here. I reside in one of these spots, which is Atlanta, and interesting division. You got some movement, you got some additions, you got some, return customers, if you will, or repeat customers, if you will, in this division. So Panthers, right? Carolina Panthers, the Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who's going to win this division? Obviously, we know Tampa won it last year, and they had some success early in the playoffs until they ran into the Lions, who ended their season. But last year, I had the Atlanta Falcons winning this division. Obviously, I got that wrong. Who could win the division this year? Could it be Atlanta? Could it be New Orleans? Derek Carr is saying the team is 10 times better than what they previously were. Could Carolina bounce back? I mean, it's a big bounce. They were, the worst team, and they ended up giving Caleb Williams to the Bears. But and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, can they repeat? Can they get back to the promised land before? So there's some things that we got to really consider. And I'll start with the NFC South champs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's always hard to repeat. That's one thing. But you had a guy in why am I forgetting his name already? Help me out, Mo. The quarterback, why would I call him Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield. I'm sorry, Baker. I apologize, but my old age. But Baker Mayfield had a really good season last year. Are you going to be expecting that repeat performance? They retained Mike Evans, so he did not go anywhere. His wife told him, "Look, we ain't going nowhere." So he was like, "I guess we're not going nowhere." He lost Devin White went to the Philadelphia Eagles. You got some guys coming back. You lost your OC, Dave Canales. Hopefully, I'm saying his name right, which we'll talk about him in just a moment. So you got some pieces just moving there. They traded Carlton Davis. So, even on the defensive side, look, here's what I think about Tampa Bay. Uh, Last year wasn't a fluke. They did what they were supposed to do. Uh, I just don't know if I can count on a repeat season, right? So because I think this thing is going to play out a little bit different. So I'm giving it away a little bit early as far as like one of my picks. But Baker Mayfield back to back, can he have uh, a consistent season again? Did he find a home? Sometimes it's just like you got to find where you belong. Again, I bring up the offense. Rashad White, what is he going to be? I think in year 3. Mike Evans had a heck of a year, man. Had a heck of a year last year. Can you get that repeat performance out of a little bit older? I know, but I just think I do think they will be competitive. I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't think they win the division. I don't think they win the division. I still think they finish above 500. I just don't think they win the division. So you got Carolina. Look, there's no way to go but up for Carolina, right? Bryce Young was out there running for his life. So again, I mentioned Dave Canales. He's the new head coach there. So they're going to be looking at doing a new offensive system there. But then also you're looking at they added this kid Jonathan Brooks. They added this kid LeGarrette. So they got some young pieces there. They traded Brian Burns away. That's going to be something interesting to see. How they fill that spot. I just think with Carolina, they're still not there just yet, right? I think that they make some strides to get better. I think Bryce Young will play better. And Bryce Young, look, Bryce Young, people try to compare Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. There's no comparison because the situations weren't the same. CJ was not dealing with what Bryce had to deal with. So stop with that comparison, on it. The teams aren't the one to say it. Houston is by far way ahead of Carolina as far as like the franchise. Then we have New Orleans, right? So the New Orleans, Derek Carr, year 2. What's that going to look like? Who's going to be the new number 1? I think Chris Olave is going to be the new number 1, or I think he was already the number 1, but he's really going to solidify himself this year as the number 1 wide out. Can you get another year out of Alvin Kamara? Can his defense put it together with guys like Cam Jordan and Pete Werner and Marshawn Lattimore and others that's on this team? Can they put the pieces together? At the end of the day, it's really going to depend on Derek Carr. They're only going to go as far as Derek Carr can take them. We've seen what the quarterback play has done for New Orleans in the past. Taysom Hill is nice, but you need to have that quarterback that's going to be able to set the tone, and we're going to be wondering or expecting Derek Carr to be that. So according to Derek Carr, they're a lot better. So we should see a lot better. Here in the ATL, right? You got the Atlanta Falcons, who has made a bunch of moves. You get Kirk Cousins, right? The drama starts with drafting Michael Penix, the future. Uh, you just recently they added Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons, so they put some additional pieces on the other end, and they revamped their wide receiver room a little bit as well. So uh, Atlanta has been, this team that if you ask Atlanta fans, they will tell you that it seems like the Falcons always find a way to lose games, right? They'll figure it out another way to lose games. I'm looking to see if those and I know what they're talking about. It's like something just happens, like bad luck. Uh, but you got this new coach in Raheem Morris, I guess a reboot, if you will. He was there, I think as a was he OC, or I think he was an OC or something like that, or he was on the offensive side of the ball when he was there before previous coaching experience. So he brings in some head coaching experience. Looks like they got a plan. Uh, I like the pieces. I think the biggest thing is you that offense, right? Maximizing that offense, and that's why they went and got Kirk Cousins, because they want to maximize that offense while you still got a bunch of those guys. Because Kyle Pitts is going to be up for a deal pretty soon. Drake London will be following behind him. You just drafted Bijan, but you want to try and have that nucleus together for as long as possible. To continue, that potential that this young group has. So um, expectations will be high with all the moves that they made. So in the NFC South, uh, I think Carolina still stays at 4. They do take a step up, win more games, obviously, be more competitive, but I still think it's a learning process for them. And Bryce Young at number 3, that one's kind of tough, though, right? Who can I put at 3? I'm going to say the New Orleans Saints are going to be at 3, with a very close 3 with who I have second, right? So that leaves Tampa and Atlanta once again. And if you were listening to me earlier, then you know where I'm going. Tampa is going to be number 2, which means Atlanta's. I got them. I'm going to take them again to win the division. What I said last year was that this team was talented, and Desmond Ridder didn't have to put it all on his back. But Desmond Ridder had, problem after problem after problem, with situations coming on the season. That's, that ultimately ended up him getting traded and them going to get Kirk Cousins. So this is an upgrade at this point. If Kirk Cousins can stay healthy, we've seen what he's been able to do with, I'm not saying Drake London is Justin Jefferson, but I'm saying with, a wide receiver that can be dynamic, with a dynamic tight end as Kyle Pitts is, and also just Bijan Robinson is probably going to, wreak havoc this year. And then they got the help on defensive side. So Grady Jarrett, and others and company on there, especially. I know Grady Jarrett is happy with Matthew Judon there as well. So I think they get over the hump, man, and then they take this division. Mo, what you got, man? What you got?
I'm gonna say this, and it may sound a little crazy. First of all, I agree with your standings.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina is horrible. I got New Orleans at 3. I got Atlanta at 2. I got Tampa Bay at 1. But I think between Atlanta, Tampa Bay, and New Orleans, I feel like those games will be separated pretty much by the head-to-head matchups. But I do feel like Atlanta and Tampa Bay, I think they got the potential to win a playoff game. As slim as it may be, but I think they have the potential to win the playoff game. But yeah, I think those 3 teams, they could be separated by just simply the head-to-head matchups alone.
Yeah.
Carolina they just go ahead and count them for at least 6 losses already. They're not beating either one of these teams. Yeah, they terrible, man. They horrible. Horrible team. But I agree with the standings.
Okay. Look at that. I appreciate that. All right. So I'm sure people will differ on those. So put those in the comment. Let me know how you feel and who you think is going to win the NFC South. So let's move on into some college football. College football is right upon us. It's really, really, really close. Before you know it, we'll be, people be singing their chants and all this stuff. But the NCAA is really mulling something over, which I think is interesting. And they're talking about a secondary championship, right? Something similar to an NIT, right? In college basketball. So we know we got March Madness, the regular tournament, and then they have a second tournament, which is the NIT, which does not stand for not in tournament. So don't be disrespectful to the teams that participate in the NIT. So would you like this? Would you want or would you watch NIT version of college football? And I'm gonna say when I first heard about it, I was like, tradition says, but look, we get in the way and we're creating new traditions, right? So I'm interested in this. I'm not saying that I want to see it just yet, but I'm interested in finding out more about this NIT version of it. Now, people have made, great points of stuff that I was seeing out there as far as like the bowl games are not adds value anymore, especially with a 12-team playoff that's going to start this year. So I totally agree with that. You can still utilize the bowl games, but having a second set of playoffs, you still got some really good teams that people, because college football is major, right? College football is major. It's not like it's just two teams and everybody just watching those two teams. So I do think that it's real. I do think it's interesting that they would look at that. I do think it's interesting as something to dive off deep into to see if it's possible. Now, the NCAA was talking about, obviously this is a way of generating some more revenue. Of course. Why wouldn't you? Right? So, yes, you want to generate more revenue. Everybody want to get more money. So, yeah, this is an opportunity. And if you do it right, and if you put it together, I could see it. You got your top 12. And then after that, the remaining teams, why wouldn't you want to play, because you're playing in a bowl game anyway, right? You're playing in the I don't even know if it's called the Motor City Bowl anymore, but you got all these different bowls, the Mayonnaise Bowl, the Eggnog Bowl, you got so many different bowls that schools are playing in. Why not create a second championship in a playoff format that they can go, or a tournament, format, and duke it out? D2, D3, they have just one, playoffs or whatever that they play, but that works for them. Those people love it. So yeah, I would say definitely. Let's find out more about it and see what happens there. But I would be very interested, to say the least. I've said interested probably 9 times, but yeah, why not? Why not? Mo?
It's football. Everybody watching.
Yes, everybody's
That's
watching.
it. Simple as that.
Plain and simple. You know what else is plain and simple? Caitlin Clark is back. She is back. Bruh. So the Olympics is over. We were talking about, Caitlin earlier. Obviously, she wasn't on the Olympic team, but she was saying, hey, I get to get a little rest. And we were talking about that. Hey, she played college ball, and then she went all the way to the end, and then a week later, she's getting drafted, and then she's getting ready for the season. So really didn't get any, me time or downtime. So those 2 weeks of her relaxing, she came out, started giving folks the business, right? So first game, 29? I think 29 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists. Then she followed that up with just the previous game on Sunday, 23 points. Let me make sure my notes is right. Yeah, 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists on it. Now she just broke an assist record for a rookie. And I always had problems saying her name. I know it's Pinachero is her last name. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. It's either Tika or Tisha. Tisha or Tika. I think it's Tika Pinachero, but I remember her playing for Sacramento in the WNBA, and she was Jason Kidd, she was John Stockton, she was Isaiah Thomas. Like, she just just dropping dimes and everything. So Caitlin Clark has broken that record. It was 224. Now she got 232 assists, and this is what me and Mo was talking about earlier. And I know people will probably still attack us because probably me, because I said before, they went on break, I said I had Angel just a little bit ahead of Caitlin, but I said that there was a lot of season left, which there still is. There's about 12 games left in the season. But this is the Caitlin that me and Mo was telling people about, as far as like just to be patient. Let her figure things out. Let her grow. Let her mature. She's a rookie. She's learning on the job. Man, she might have learned everything. She might have found the code and cracked the code, Mo. So I'm not surprised by this. We expected her to start doing, she had already kind of started trending towards that before the Olympics and everything, and catch steam. She's just continued that upward trajectory that we thought that she would. So I'm not surprised in what she's doing. But it's something to be said because like once when you get the glow, everybody get out the way, man. Everybody get out the way. So she gonna be a problem for the rest of this year. And I truly believe going into the off season and when she comes back next year, man, it's going to be like, who is that? And I don't want no problems with that, Mo. I'm just saying. So I know you see the same thing I see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say she has exceeded expectations, and I think it's by a wide margin because look at what the team is doing, right? I think right now
Yeah.
what they in the seventh spot right now.
Well, in
So
their conference, they're third. And then they got two quality wins because they just beat Phoenix and Seattle, both
right,
over 500.
right. So you probably it's a good chance you're gonna see her in the playoffs. I
Oh yeah,
mean, listen, she's not letting up. She's not letting up. And I know, you mentioned you weren't sure about Angel or Caitlin, and I don't want to, bring in a conversation that has nothing to do with the topic. But it's just exciting to see both of these players and
yeah.
teams make the runs that they're making and not let off the gas, not allow distractions to come in and throw them off track, man. So, salute to Caitlin. I never thought I'd say that on the podcast. I'm a on the record Caitlin Clark hater, but the girl playing ball, man.
Hey, you can't deny it, man.
I
She's
can't. I mean,
balling,
what I'm
bro.
gonna do? I mean,
She
she
balling.
showing improving, man. And you made a great point. Next year, she know what's coming, so she
Yeah,
getting ready. I
yeah,
think she gonna spend this whole off season just working on her craft.
yeah. Cause she ain't got to worry about college. She ain't got to worry
Mm-hmm.
about class. She ain't got to worry about any of that stuff. All
Right.
her focus can be put on honing my craft. But everybody goes through this their first year. It's just like you're learning on the job. You're figuring it out, and the ones that do figure it out, that's the scary part. Is
Right.
that now she's going to come back even smarter than what she previously was. About the
Mm-hmm.
game. And she's going to be like, I can do X, Y, and Z. I can do this angle. I can leverage this. I can get open this way. Like all of that is going to come together next year. And you know how people would say, I had a hard time sleeping because I had Kobe the next night or,
Right.
or whatever. It's gonna be a lot of
Yeah.
ladies that's gonna be like you, Mo, up 4 days.
Yeah. I mean, it's rough.
Yeah,
It's
it's
rough,
it's
man. Shout out to
gonna be,
Caitlin though.
yeah, she's doing her thing. Oh man, last week. So I talked about, after the USA won goal, that I was going to bring up this topic. So USA versus the world, right? It was brought up. How would the USA team fare if they played the world in a 7-game series? You probably, me and Mo is probably not going to speak for a while after this, but I got to tell you, Mo, in a 7-game series, I can't say, look, you see the starting five: Luka, Jokic, Giannis, SGA, and Wembanyama. Those are starting five. We ain't even talked about the other guys that they could get, like Bogdanovich and some other guys. I'm sure that they will have. I just think we're at the point right now is that 4 team, if they play it right now, I guess the question is, we're not talking about 2028. We'll talk about that when that time comes. But let's say they play now. First, I would love to see this. I think that competition would just be extraordinary to see Team USA, best Team USA versus best world. Mo, how confident are you feeling that the USA could win this in a 7-game series? You in 5 and 6 and 7 and I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say they win in 7,
Listen,
but it's gonna be a tough 7.
I told you before the Olympics started that Team USA would not lose a game. You wouldn't listen to me. I'm telling you now, JB.
Okay, here we
Seven
go
game series. It's
against
a
the best
sweep.
in the world.
It's against the best in the world. It's a sweep. First of all, I know you're speaking hypothetically, right? But just think about how disrespectful that is to say that. Team USA is so good that you got to get the rest of the world to come together to try to defeat them. Thanos versus the Avengers. Come on, man. They're not losing a game. They're not going to lose a game. I get it, Joker. Wembanyama. Don't act like the boy a seasoned vet. He's great. Ain't no doubt about it. But when you're going up against the best of the best of the best, it's going to be a whole lot of that right there. And it's going to be a whole lot of just beating them boys up in the I mean, it's too much, man. It's too much.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Here's where I push back on that. Two things. One, what set of rules are we playing? Because I would assume they're playing FIBA rules. I assume they're playing FIBA rules. But two, Mo, they just almost lost to Serbia. And they had a tight game against France. And that wasn't even the best of the world that they were playing against. So you mean to tell me if let's just take the French team, right? Rudy will still be on there in there somewhere, but they take some of those guys off.
There. Okay.
And they replace some of those guys that was on Team France with Giannis. Giannis, former MVP. He's a NBA champ. Jokic, MVP, NBA champ. Luka just got to the finals. SGA, second place in the MVP. Like, bro, these are not.
Do you know what Team USA has that the world don't have?
Tell me.
They got a rotation that's brutal. Okay. You got KD. Okay, sit him down. Come on, Anthony Davis. Sit him down. Come on, Joel Embiid. Come on. Bro, Jason Tatum barely played. Don't think he ain't got nothing to offer.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm saying,
bro, it's too much. It's too much.
Okay, here's the thing.
What does the world's bench look like?
Let's clarify.
That matters.
We'll talk about the bench here in just a second.
Okay.
Let me clarify something with everyone. Me and Mo are not disagreeing that the USA winning. We both agree that they would win. But Mo is saying it's a sweep.
It's a sweep. It's a sweep. It's a sweep. I'm gonna give you the equivalent of what you're talking about right here.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Team USA versus the world is like the 2001 finals when Allen Iverson went up against the Lakers. Solid team.
And they won one game.
It was a pretty good team in overtime.
And they won one game.
They won one game in overtime. But the world don't have Allen Iverson. Who was that one dominant, just no matter what, scrappy, getting you with however many points you need player? Who is that? It's not Jokic. It's not him, right? He has his game. He can score. He's a bucket.
Right.
But Jokic having to fight against Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, you know what I'm saying? All 4 games. It's gonna be hard for him.
Man, I can't believe
it's gonna be hard for him, man. Are you putting Joker and Wembanyama on the floor at the same time? I guess so. Okay, all right. You almost got to. You almost got to. But I want to hear your bench.
The bench. We got Rudy. We know Rudy's gonna be on the bench.
I'm gonna try not to laugh.
You could take 2 or 3 guys off of Canada's team. They'll probably put Etney in there. You got Dylan Brooks. You got RJ Barrett. They'll take one. Somebody from Canada. I'm one guy. I don't think it'll be.
Is Jamal Murray playing?
Yeah, Jamal. I forgot about Jamal Murray. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
It'll be Jamal Murray. So yeah, so it'll be SGA and Jamal Murray. Thank you. You actually helping out my case.
I just helped your argument. Go ahead.
Evan Fournier, Bogdanovic. They may even pick somebody up off of South Sudan to be at the end of the bench. I'm just telling you.
So now we're going away from what we saw in the Olympics. We're going away from the lineups we saw in the Olympics because it's Team USA. They ain't got to do nothing. They already a great team, right? They ain't got to they ain't got to go back and pick nobody up. They may go get Jaylen Brown if you're talking about getting people.
You said sweep.
And I stand on that. I said sweep. Sweep. They may go into overtime one game. I say it's sweep. Listen, I'm standing on that. I just, what's your matchups? I mean, how are you matching these teams up? I mean, who got who?
We would, you know what? That may be something we can do too.
Okay.
Is that
all right?
But wait a minute. Okay, hold on. We agree that they'll win, but we're arguing about the matchups don't mean anything. They
It's
will
a
not
sweep,
sweep.
man.
They're
It's a
not gonna
sweep.
sweep. They're
Team
not gonna
USA
sweep.
is sweeping the world. Just like they swept the Olympics, they sweeping the world.
And they had some pretty tight games to do that. So
I never said it wouldn't be
okay,
tight.
so let
I
me
never said
ask
it
you
wouldn't
this.
be tight.
Let me just ask you this.
Okay.
So I just want to ask you this question. So Mo, those games that the USA played, I'm taking France, I'm taking Serbia. If you substitute, because I ain't even include Greece or Germany or anything like that. If you take their best take people off a team and then you put those players on it. Let's just say Serbia. I'll pick one. Let's just say
Okay.
Serbia. We take Serbia and we start putting those guys on there. Obviously, there's going to be guys coming off. You don't think that team elevates itself, Serbia, after with the guys that they had, how well they played against the USA, where they had a 16-point lead in that game, and Steph going off or continuing to go off in that game kept USA in that game. I'm just saying they did that without Luka, without Giannis, without
They did.
Wembanyama, without Rudy Gobert, without
Yep.
SGA,
All
without
that.
Jamal Murray,
All that.
so if
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
not sweeping them,
Yeah.
man.
And they getting swept. You know why they getting
Oh,
swept? Because the matchups are going. Listen, when you got this many, just the shooters on Team USA, and these shooters are going to get open looks. They're going to continue to get open looks. You can't double team nobody because everybody is just elite. You're not getting a lot of double teams off. On any given night, any of these guys can get hot, including Drake. I mean Jason Tatum. Anybody
yeah,
can get
Drake
hot.
too. Drake
Yeah,
too.
Drake too. I mean, y'all might better keep him over there in Canada. But it's gonna be JB. I wish we could see this game. I wish we could see it. I wish we could see this series. It's gonna be, man. Come on, man. Come on, because and listen, I'm gonna go on record and say this. I think I was highly impressed with what I saw from France, Serbia. I mean, I can't. What's my man's name? I can't remember his name for France. Who with the afro.
Yeah,
But
I know who you're talking about.
I want to see him in the NBA.
Yeah,
Because
he
he a
might have
dog.
got it. I'm sure he got
Yeah.
himself some
Somebody
invites.
picking up the phone and calling him. But they're not winning the game, man. I'm sorry. They're not winning the game. They're not winning the game. And even if they're playing by Olympic rules, those FIBA rules or whatever, they let them play. They let them get physical. They let them play. And I think what I didn't expect to see was Team USA really embrace that. And they did. I mean, they got physical, man. So
You heard Mo. He said it's a sweep.
it's a sweep. I'm gonna give you. I want you to take this clip and I want you to just, just crop it and post it.
Yeah.
If Team USA were to play the world in a 7-game series, Team USA would not lose a single game.
You know what? The NBA.
My name is Maurice Nesbitt. I'm going on record with saying this.
The NBA, they probably can't do it, but that would be a great just all-star weekend.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be dope.
Instead of the all-star game, let's just take one all-star weekend, and on that Sunday, instead of all that alley-ooping and all that stuff, you get your best 12 that's in the world. You get your best 12, and whoever made the all-star, hey, you still can come, you still can celebrate, you still can do all that stuff. That's fine. They ain't out there playing for real anyway. So
that'd be dope.
All-Star
That'd
weekend.
be
That's
dope.
what I would say. We can't get a 7-game series, but let's at least get one game. Because I think the WNBA just did that. Team USA. No, it was
Did they really?
no. It wasn't against the world. It was Team USA versus the team WNBA All-Stars. That's what it was, not the world. But
Okay.
yeah, it would be great to see that.
Yep. And have the players on the other team gonna already be NBA players. It's crazy.
Crazy.
You got to go get NBA players to beat the best NBA players. Okay. Come on, man. It's a sweep.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and just get to this, man. I'm not even going to bore you. I said I was going to hand out a Big L award. Hey, you just got to take an L in life at times, and I'm here to point it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's time for the Big L award.
All right, TikTok, tell me if I'm tripping or not. So me and my fiance, we are getting married, right? And to be a part of our wedding, you have to pay $450 for a ticket, and that's for each guest. So we invited friends and family to our wedding. Tell me why everybody that we invited has declined the invitation. We already have spent 100, maybe almost close to $200,000 on the wedding. We have already pre-ordered the cake. We already put down a deposit for the venue. We've already got the wedding dress, everything. We pay for everything for the wedding, DJ, photographer, everything for the wedding. And what I don't understand is that y'all spend more money on stupid stuff, but you can't come out to support your family and your friends at a wedding. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell it, like, is we wrong? We like, let me know. Because y'all pay for tickets. Beyonce tickets, $1,000 tickets. Y'all going to go meet Chris Brown for $1,000 something. But when it comes to your friends and your family, you can't pay the ticket. Like, these weddings ain't cheap. Like the weddings ain't cheap. Like what's going on? Like, I don't get it. Like, let us know, are we wrong for charging for a wedding? Like, I really, really want to know.
Boy, if you don't get your butt out of here. Hey, let me just say this. I don't want to believe this is real. I don't want to believe this is real. Mo, you can come into the screen because we're going to talk about this. I don't want to believe this is real, but I'm going to treat it as such. There is no way that you can really think that $450 is outrageous anyway. I don't care if you said it was $1. I ain't coming to your wedding. I didn't pay to hang out with your butt. I never paid to talk to your butt. Why am I going to pay now? Here's the other thing. Didn't nobody tell you to go out there and spend all that money for that wedding? What are you trying? You trying to recoup or something? Then you want to bring up Beyonce. You want to bring up Chris Brown and all that stuff. Well, I got some material that I can say, you know what? Beyonce does a really good job entertaining. Chris Brown does a really good job entertaining. I'm not guaranteed that at your wedding. Your DJ may be whack. The food may be whack. We don't know. And then here's the even messed up part about this now. Is that he's talking about this, and obviously he's focused on the wrong things, because this is supposed to be about you and your lady uniting, being one, and it being a celebration, and you just inviting all the people that's important to you to witness that. But nah, you done messed that up too. You ain't even gonna get no gifts now, because ain't nobody coming. I'm not paying $450. Look, it's me and my lady. That's almost a rack, right? And then you're going to be expecting a gift too? Nah, player. You know what? I'll pay for my own meal and I'll bring it to the reception, sit my butt down right there and eat. How about that? Then you don't have to worry about it. You know what? That rent a chair that you got, I'll pay for that one chair. Then we good. But nah, man, $450, man, you got me messed up, shawty.
Man, let me tell you something, man.
ATL.
Let me tell you something. First of all, you get the Big L award for spending $200,000 on your wedding. Yes. You don't even know. You charging $450 a head. That's what he said, right?
Whole 50.
You don't even know enough people to cover that. And even if you did, half of them ain't coming. Less than half of them ain't coming. He said everybody declined.
Yeah.
You get the big award for that. Everybody declined. Ain't nobody. You and your wife, y'all can afford to spend $200,000 on a wedding. But everybody you invited done declined. So ain't nobody else in your family or in your circle in a position to spend that money and just feel the same way that you feel about this ceremony. Where y'all doing this wedding at for $200,000?
The moon.
Where y'all going? They doing their wedding at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
Hey.
$200,000.
You know who gonna be there, Mo?
Who?
The people they didn't invite. Because it's always somebody at your wedding that you didn't invite.
Listen, if I'm spending $200,000 and I'm charging people, I got security at the door. Somebody got a tablet with all them names with the guest list.
Nah.
The pastor ain't even coming.
Not these guests. Look, Mo, let me tell you something. I've been there. I know you've been there too. They find a way. And I know you're saying, who is they? They is they. They find a way. You could have the Secret Service. Folks that are not invited will still find a way to show up to that thing. Trust me.
Hey,
and then
listen.
And then when you sitting there with 3 people in the audience, you should have just went to the Justice of the Peace in the first place, right?
Yeah, you should have just threw a big party or something, man. That's ridiculous. I'm about to get married next year, and ain't nobody that I ain't invite coming. We overseas doing the destination wedding. Shout out to my baby, but
yeah,
we got a guest list, right? We got a guest list. We send it. We send out the invitations. We send out all the booking information and whatnot. And guess what? We still ain't spending no $200,000, and we ain't charging nobody to come. We just, if you want to come out, celebrate, bro. Just stop overthinking everything. Why we gotta overdo stuff?
Yeah, and
I'm trying not to cuss. I was hot when I saw this because I'm hoping it's a joke.
What do you have there? What is there? Because he went from 100 to 200. So let's just say it is 200,000.
Yeah,
what
that's
is there for $200,000? Because all you told me is you got a dress, you got the venue, you got the DJ, you got the photographer, you got the videographer, you got the food, and I'm sure you got your tux, bro. I'm saying on the high end, that you could do all that for 50. So
exactly
for the other $150,000, what is there? Is it a tiger? Is it a bear?
Bro,
What?
let me tell you, for $200,000, I'm gonna need Kid Capri DJing. I'm gonna need Beyonce singing. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need Martha Stewart or somebody doing the catering, right? We're gonna be on the moon. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got everything gonna be laid all the way out. And maybe then I'll pay $450 to come. I don't even know you. You bring all that to the party, I might come out, I might spend $450.
I'm still ain't showing up on principle alone. You got me messed up.
200, and then you talking about 100 or 200. You don't even know what you spent.
Hey, bro, I'll be like, I'll see you when you get back.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Him and his wife crazy.
Yeah. Happy for you. Happy for
him
y'all.
And his wife crazy, man.
Yeah. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Mo. I don't believe it.
Nah, because you ain't gonna tell me you spent $200,000 and then I'm looking at your hairline right there. Come on, man.
No.
Come on, bro. I ain't buying it. Give him one of them right there.
Oh man. All right. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, man. Now, if you're throwing $150,000, $200,000 wedding and you want us to be there, just invite us. We'll be there, right? Just make sure it's down the street from where I live, and I'll be right there. But don't be charging me no money. Enjoy. Next week, you know the routine. Like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, man. Catch us each and every week. We be dropping stuff. Hopefully, we're not talking about this wedding. We're talking about some other stuff. We'll get into some more division talk. So for your man, Jelani, JB, Bodie, and Big Mo running the background, we're going to holler at y'all later. Peace.